Good evening, everyone. I'd like everyone to stand for the presentation of the flag of the United States of America. And following, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Prepare to post the colors. Ready, post. Read, color, adjust. Reset, hunt.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Adjust. Forward, march.
Please have a seat. Good evening. My name is Pat, and I'm honored to be the MC this evening. We're going to change the order of things a little bit, but if this is your first time here, you won't notice. You won't notice we skipped a beat. So we typically acknowledge and honor our honored guests and dignitaries. And so at this time, I'm going to call to the podium our mayor, Mayor Gaylor Baird, for a few comments.
Well, thank you so much, Pat, and welcome everyone. Good evening, and I want to acknowledge we have members of the City Council here in attendance. I see Sandra Washington and James Michael Bowers and Benny Schob and Jane Raybold and Tom Beckius. Could you all wave and let everyone know? Show of support. I appreciate them being here tonight. They are our partners at the city and supporting all of you. And to you, I want to say congratulations and welcome to LFR. And can we all give our newest 12 recruits a round of applause? What your families know and what we know is that for the past 19 weeks, you have been pushing yourself mentally and physically to be ready to take on one of the most important jobs in our community, and that is protecting lives and property and our environment here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And your training has not been easy because your job is not easy. You will be counted on to respond quickly and courageously and very efficiently. Tonight, you and your families have so much reason to celebrate. You have earned your place, and you are ready to serve in one of the best fire and rescue departments in the entire country. And I'm not just blowing smoke. Thanks to the leadership of Chief Engler and his command staff, when one of our residents suffers a cardiac arrest, LFR and our medical professionals save their life at twice the national rate. And when a fire starts in the home of a Lincoln resident, LFR saves 98% of the value of the property involved. And when a person in Lincoln experiences a medical emergency, Lincolnites, our residents, perform CPR at far high levels above the national average. And what this means is that you are now a vital part of an extraordinarily successful life-saving team here in Lincoln. And you are a vital part of that team during a vibrant time in our community, a time when we are making significant investments in Lincoln Fire and Rescue to keep pace with our growing city and to make sure you have what you need to perform your job safely and effectively. It's a time not unlike 2015 when our community voted to support the creation and build out of new stations. Today, those investments are helping you to maintain our response rates and despite a record increase in calls that were made over the past year. And as we celebrate your achievements tonight, we also look forward to new beginnings at LFR, like the 6 new firefighter paramedics that we intend to hire, like rebuilding station number 8 into a modern facility, one that is more appropriate for our diverse gendered force, one suitable for women. And speaking of women, I believe there are 4 of you graduating this evening, and I'm just so proud of you joining the ranks of LFR and stepping up to serve. And women serve at LFR at 3 times the national average and occupy really important roles. Roles like Emergency Medical Services Division Chief Jamie Popsicle. Is she here? There she is. I've also heard that there's a yoga instructor in the group. Is that right? Which one of you? Yeah, I need some help with my crow pose later. Like, I need some real help. And I heard another recruit is from Norway. Which one of you is from Norway? How do I say congratulations in Norwegian? Kaubleya? I couldn't quite hear you, but I will work on that, and thank you for what you bring to our team. Your diverse backgrounds matter because we serve a diverse community, and there's strength in diversity. But what matters most to our residents, of course, is your shared commitment to protect what matters most to our community and what's most precious to them. And I was reminded of that recently when I read a letter from a resident named David. David wrote this, quote, "I would like to send a literal, heartfelt thanks to the crew of station number 4 for saving my life during a medical emergency in the early morning hours of December 23rd, 2021. They, along with all the other first responders, are truly the everyday heroes of our community." I couldn't agree more. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations to your family. Deep gratitude to your families for supporting your service. And to the men and women who David calls everyday heroes, I salute you and welcome you to LFR. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. You know, I was told that never to complain if the mayor steals your thunder. So I'm not going to. But I do have a list of dignitaries that I want to acknowledge, and I'm going to start with the council. So we have with us tonight Sandra Washington, Benny Shobe, Tom Beckius, James Michael Bowers, and Jane Raybould. Thank you for being here. We have a number of police and fire chaplains with us this evening. I'm going to start with Gary Fuller. Most of them are sitting right over here, and there's one toward the back over there. But I'm going to start with Gary Fuller, Julie Polis, Julie Messman, and John Terpsma. Would you raise your hand? Thank you. With us this evening is Police Chief Ewens. We have a number of command staff, as the mayor indicated. I'm going to start with the chief, so Fire Chief Dave Engler. Assistant Chief Mike Smith. We have a number of battalion chiefs. We have Battalion Chief Jim Bopp. I believe he's in the back because he's could respond to a call. We have seated up here in the front, we have Battalion Chief Jamie Pospisil, Battalion Chief Mark Majors, and also in the back we have Battalion Chief Lloyd Miller. Oh. He snuck into the front. Okay. Also with us this evening we have our Administrative Officer, Aisha Whitty. And we have the City Clerk with us as well, Sulini Fan. Welcome her. At this time, I'm going to call to the podium Fire Chief Dave Engler for a few remarks.
I'd like to thank our mayor for taking the time to attend our ceremony tonight, showing our support for our newest members. She had another commitment, so you did see her leave, but I'm glad that she was able to stop by and speak tonight. We greatly appreciate the mayor's support and the support of our council. That makes a huge difference in our ability to respond and in a safe manner and quick. So we thank you all for your support of Lincoln Fire and Rescue. Good evening, friends and family. Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the hard work of Academy 22-1. Special thanks to Assistant Chief Borer and the Recruit Academy cadre for their excellent work in preparing this group as they transition out to the streets. Thank you. I'd also like to give thanks to former Battalion Chief Tim Linke, who was in charge of the training division for much of this academy and left LFR a couple weeks ago to take the position of Fire Chief for the Yankton Fire Department. Chief Linke did a lot of work with this academy, and Tim, if you happen to be watching, I thank you for all your work with this academy. Lincoln Fire and Rescue is an amazing organization. As I look back on our department's performance over the last year, we are providing some of the best patient care and fire and rescue services in the nation. As Fire Chief, I couldn't be prouder. A cardiac arrest survival rate of 57% versus the national average of 29%, a CPR fraction of 95%, containing structure fires to the area of origin 82% of the time. We're recipients of the American Heart Association's Mission Lifeline Gold Plus that recognizes LFR for excellent ST elevation myocardial infarction care. These are just a few of the many statistics that show LFR is one of the best. And I will give a shout out to Police Chief Ewens, who will say that part of that is because of LPD's response too. So. This is reflective of the commitment to the excellence of LFR personnel. While we always look at statistics to measure performance, it's important to remember that real people's lives and property are attached to those statistics. It is always exciting to stand here and look into the eyes of the future of Lincoln Fire and Rescue. Each one of these Academy graduates is beginning an amazing career of protecting and helping others. They have completed 19 and a half weeks of training in preparation to provide essential emergency services to our community. They have learned how to work as a team and are prepared to do whatever it takes to handle whatever situation is presented to them. There is no giving up and there's no stopping. While these recruits have done and learned a lot in the last 19 and a half weeks, this is just the beginning for you. The fire and EMS service is about always preparing, training, and learning so we can always provide the best possible service to those who call us in their time of need. As you move from the academy to the streets, you will now be part of this committed team of professionals that are part of a career that makes a difference. This comes with great responsibility. Always wear your badge and your LFR uniform with pride and integrity. The streets of Lincoln are stained with the blood, sweat, and tears of Lincoln firefighters who have served before us. Always honor those who have served by continuing this commitment of excellence, by responding quickly, taking care of the problem, and most importantly, being nice. Class 22-1, welcome to the LFR team. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Engler. When we prepare for a new academy class, one of the most important things that we do is to select a group of individuals that are going to lead and guide those individuals through 18, 19, however many number of weeks. You guys could probably tell me specifically, right? Okay. Whatever number of weeks it is, we select a group of people to lead them and guide them through that process. The person that's in charge of that group is called we call them the OIC, the officer in charge. And then that officer in charge coordinates other instructors that make up that cadre of people, that group of people, to lead and guide recruits through the academy. So at this time, I'd like to introduce to you our OIC for this class, the officer in charge, Captain David Lorenzen.
Thank you. Officer in charge is just what it sounds like. There's a level between us that needs to be recognized. This class would not have done what they did without my cadre instructors. John Wright, Bryce Brandt, and Brady Papik, who could not be here tonight, I believe, but still deserves a round of applause, please. Those three individuals were there every day, working hand in hand, training the recruits while I did paperwork, looked things up on the computer, coordinated things. So they really deserve 90% of the credit. Other people involved that really helped these folks get where they are. Drew, you want to stand up for a second there, buddy? Is he back there? I thought I saw him back there. Nope, okay. Kim McKay helped. She is part of our office team in the training division. Ron Wolf helped. He manages all of our equipment and gear. So all of those folks really need a good round of applause. So my talk is going to be new to the friends and family. It is not new to the recruits. Tonight is a badge pinning ceremony. It's a big deal. And for a lot of you, it probably looks like the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh, the learning is over. That is just not the case, is it, recruits? No. This is just the beginning of their road to learning their skills and their trade. We have given them the tools. We've given them what they need to start. And I've instructed them all that my expectations of them are they continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to improve. That's the expectations of their fellow firefighters. That's the expectations of their administrative staff. And that's the expectations of the citizens we serve, I believe. One of the things the class gets to do is they get to bestow 2 honors on their classmates. We have a class speaker and we have an honor grad. Administration and cadre, OIC have no say in this. The recruit class gets to pick these. I would like at this time to call up our speaker, Amanda Morgan. She was nominated as a class speaker.
Good evening. It is such an honor and privilege to be here tonight, not just to represent recruit class 22-1, but to be here as part of Lincoln and Fire and Rescue. Before I go any further, I want to thank both Kim McKay and Ron Wolf for everything they do for us. These two make sure we always have what we need, they make our day a bit brighter and somehow manage to make it look effortless. 19 and a half weeks. We made it. Most weeks we got through day by day, some hour by hour. At times we didn't know how we'd get through it all, but here we are, nearly 20 weeks later. This group of recruits, I've been told, is different than most. We were warned over and over to be careful, that division and cliques would form, that we needed to make sure to try to stick together as a group. I'm proud to tell you that this group never found that division. We quickly formed a bond and became a type of family I never knew existed. We spent countless hours together on Thursday nights after a long week of class, celebrating the wins, laughing about our own missteps, and venting our frustrations while enjoying a meal together. We've all leaned on each other at some point during this academy, whether it was to seek advice, or extra help with a skill, or simply seeking an extra pair of socks, or even a pair of pants. We all knew where to turn when we needed something, and without thinking twice, we all gave what we had to whoever needed it. We fell into unique roles and all brought something different to the table. We have the moms of the group, the tech guy, the cool uncle, and even the government-issued machine. Jake, don't forget your charger. We made it through, but we wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for the sacrifice, patience, and incredibly hard work of our instructors, Captain Lorenzen, firefighter paramedic Brady Papik, FAO John Wright, and firefighter Bryce Brandt, as well as countless other instructors and crew members who came in along the line to help us. You taught us everything we needed to know from the books. You showed us how to pull a hose line, throw a ladder, and everything in between. Perhaps more importantly, you took the time to teach us decades worth of knowledge that can only be gained through firsthand experiences. The kind of lessons that a book could never teach. Street knowledge that with time we will start to collect on our own. You pushed us to our limits, mentally and physically, and then you pushed us a little bit further. Thank you. By pushing us past what we thought were our limits, you taught us how to dig even deeper and keep going, a skill that without a doubt will be needed in this line of work. You taught us the expectations of Lincoln Fire and Rescue, and then you taught us how to exceed that expectation. You've given us the tools we need to help us grow into our role as firefighters. The future of the fire service depends on people like you, and we will forever be grateful. You also taught us how to work through fear, mostly on non-walkable roof ventilation day, roaring chainsaws in hand. I'm not sure who was more scared, the instructors who just wanted to get off the roof with the same number of arms and legs as they started with, or us after we started the chainsaw with the brake on for probably the 17th time that day. I'm pretty sure we still have tallies to work off for that one, actually. The fire service is full of long-standing traditions that get passed from one generation of firefighters to the next. One of the best parts of this is passing down hard-earned knowledge from once well-seasoned firefighters to the newbies. Because of this, almost the instant I got the phone call with my formal job offer, I called a firefighter here at Lincoln Fire who has made a profound difference in who I am as a firefighter today. I called him and of course I asked, what advice do you have for me? What words of wisdom can you share? What do I need to know? I was about to jump through the phone as I eagerly awaited his reply. I thought, I should probably get out a pen and paper. He's going to give me all the insider tips here. Finally, he said, Amanda, I'm going to give you the same advice someone gave me when I first started as a firefighter. I'm like, okay, wow, this is going to be good here. He said, take what you want from this, and it's up to you to interpret it how you want. He said, never be satisfied. That's it. That's the advice. It's up to you to do something with it. Never be satisfied. 3 words, that was it. I suppose that means something different to everyone. For me, don't be satisfied you got the job. Don't be satisfied you finished academy. Don't ever be satisfied with your level of training. Keep learning, keep digging deeper and reaching higher. Set goals and smash them. Set new ones and destroy those too. Appreciate your journey and how far you've come, but never be satisfied. As we leave this academy and head out onto probation, I urge you to take some time to interpret that advice on your own. The habits we create now set the tone for our entire career in the fire service. My fellow recruits of Lincoln Fire and Rescue, Class 22-1, I leave you with this. Get out there, gear up, and get to work, but never be satisfied.
The second honor, the honor grad, is once again, like I said, chosen by the recruits themselves. There's no guidelines, but it's based on their performance in the classroom and on the skills testing, how they interact as a team, how they become an informal leader, just anything about them that makes them a good, positive person. This year's honor grad, Josh Knudsen. So the first part of my speech was as the OIC. The second part will be as a brother firefighter. You guys are going to do great things. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your class. I have every confidence that you guys are going to rise to a high, high level on Lincoln Fire. Congratulations, Class 22-1.
Okay, before we do the presentation of the badges, and I have Chief Engler come up and present those badges, I need to make up for a blunder I made. So if everybody would look to the rear of the room, we have a dignitary that I overlooked. That gentleman is Union President Adam Shrunk. All right. Hoping to relieve some of my embarrassment by embarrassing him. So, all right, thank you. All right, so at this time, I will call up Fire Chief Dave Engler, and we will do the presentation of badges. Okay, we're going to go in alphabetical order, and we're going to start with Kyle Arp. Lindsay Donovan is next. Austin Gregg. Josh Higgins. Josh Knutson. Nikki Los. Daniel Moore. Amanda Morgan. Glenn Olson. Chris Vigil. Jacob Welderman. Savannah Wright. another round for all of the recruits, please. At this time, we're going to swear in all of the recruits with our city clerk. So all the recruits, I want to have you line up right over here in front of the stage, all the way to my right. And then we're also going to have another class come up and participate in the swearing in. We missed them in the past. We're going to complete all of that tonight. So starting with Mr. Arp, come on up and go all the way to my right. And then we'll have the second class come up and line up on my left, on their left as well. So.
Just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Okay? Please repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I solemnly swear or affirm. That I will support. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Nebraska. And that I will faithfully and impartially. Discharge the duties. Of the office of firefighter. In and for Lincoln, Nebraska. According to law. And to the best of my ability. Congratulations to you all.
You may be seated. Before the retirement of the colors, there are two additional things I need to do. The first is to offer thanks to those individuals who are behind the scenes. Again, the OIC stole my thunder, but I'm going to do it again. I'd like you to join me in thanking Kim McKay, Ron Wolf, Nancy Chris, Nancy's over here, and a person that couldn't be with us tonight, Kelly Carter, for all they do behind the scenes and helping manage all the logistical concerns of this event and recruit training. So thanks to all them individuals. Yep. And the last thanks goes to all the firefighters for the use of this hall. This is the Firefighters Union Hall, and what a great facility, what a great venue. I want to thank them for the use of the hall. So the last thing to do before the retirement of the colors and enjoying refreshments, I'm going to call up Chaplain Gary Fuller to bless the fellowship and bless the food.
Thanks. Let's pray. Dear Lord, what a cool thing to witness on such a hot day. Thank you for these recruits. Thank you now, Lord, that they are firefighters. Lord, would you watch over each and every one of them. Keep them safe. Bless them. Guard them. Guide them as they protect our city. Thank you for them. Please bless the food and the fellowship to follow. We ask it in the precious name of our Lord Jesus. All God's people said, amen.
Thank you, Gary. Now for the retirement of the colors. Please rise.
Prepare to retrieve the colors. Retrieve. Left, face. Left, face. Forward. March.
Please join us for refreshments and fellowship. We are adjourned.